Hello, welcome to the Gothic Bohemian Salon. Tonight I thought that I would talk about some of my favorite things. So, let's see. First of all, my favorite color. My favorite color is the color that red roses turn after they dry and are dead. It's that sort of purplish red color. It's very, very dark. That's my favorite color for my hair, particularly if I can manage to get it, and for clothes if you can find them that color. And I actually even painted the walls of my art studio that color. Really beautiful. Okay, my favorite food has got to be the chicken basil from Take It Easy Thai down on 17th Street and not Franklin, but the street after that, which I think is Webster in downtown Oakland. And my favorite thing to drink is a nice like old-fashioned made brand of root beer. I don't have a specific brand, but if it's one of those really well-made root beers, but I'll settle for A&W or Bart's or Barks or whatever it's called. And there's one more brand that's kind of common. I don't remember what it's called, but I'll settle for those. But basically I prefer something a little bit more high cost. That's my favorite soda drink, I should say. My favorite thing to drink in the whole wide world is raspberry liqueur or wine, which usually is Chambord, the round bottle with the crown on top of it, but that's kind of not the best brand to get. Trader Joe's has a bottle of raspberry wine for $7.99 that is really, really good, and that's what I prefer to get. And Trader Joe's is a store that we have here in California. I don't know if they have any branches anywhere else. I have no idea, but it's a great place to buy a lot of different things, actually. My favorite candy that is not chocolate is Turkish Delight. Preferably with pistachio and rose flavored. Good. If you've never had Turkish Delight, you might have seen or had a thing called applets and cotlets, and that's basically Turkish Delight. It's like an American version of it. It's kind of like this gel thick cubes of kind of like gel. It's almost like Jell-O, but just really thicker. And it's got it's usually got powdered sugar on the outside of it, and sometimes it comes with nuts and sometimes not. And then my favorite type of chocolate is chocolate and orange, like Terry's chocolate oranges that you get around Christmas time that you crack open, and it's like each little piece is an orange slice of chocolate. That's really, really good. Or Belgian chocolate of any kind, if it comes from anywhere near Belgium. I really, really like it. Let's see. Favorite book. There's two. One's called Possession, and it's by A.S. Byatt. And they did make a movie of it, but the book is much better. And I'm going to review the book at some point, so I'm not going to say too much about it. And the other book is called Perfume, and I'm also going to review that book. So I'm not going to say too much about it, but it's by Patrick Suskind, and it's really worthwhile. And they did make a movie of Perfume as well, which is actually quite good, which I will review at some point. Favorite book of short stories is called The Bloody Chamber by Angela Carter, and if you haven't read it, it's amazing. There's something in it probably for every spooky person. It's got a vampire story, a werewolf story. It's sort of like fairy tales that have been like horror fairy tales in a way, but really beautifully written. She writes things really sort of in a very complex way. She uses a lot of words that you have to look up, but it's always a pleasure. Angela Carter is quite an excellent writer, actually. I highly recommend her. Favorite horror movie is called Suspiria, and I can barely watch it because it scares me so much, but it was made in the 70s, and it's really, really scary, and there's one part in it that I can't watch at all because it involves somebody falling into a room that's full of like razor sharp wire, and they fall into a huge pile of it, and it's really awful. It's horrible, horrifying. Sorry about the spoiler, but yikes. I really don't like really scary movies, so it's probably the scariest movie that I actually like. My favorite vampire movie is sort of a tie between, well, as if you don't know what's coming, between Queen of the Damned and the 1978 version of Nosferatu by Werner Herzog, which is a remake of the 1922 Nosferatu, but it's quite lovely, with Isabelle Adjani playing Mina Harker, and she's quite lovely in it. So that's my two favorites, I guess I should say. Let's see, favorite goth club that I've ever been to. Ooh, this is kind of dangerous. I don't want to like diss anybody or disappoint anyone, or but I'd have to say that it's kind of a tie between a club called A Winter Gone By, which was on Broadway in the 90s, and another club called Roderick's Chamber, or its earlier incarnation, which was House of Usher. Those were all really, really great clubs, which I enjoyed immensely. Let's see. Favorite place to travel to is Wales. I really love Welsh language and landscapes and lakes and the hills and the ruins of old castles, and it's just a really, really beautiful country. And the nicest place that I've ever been in Wales was either Llangollen or this place called Anglesey Island, which was really beautiful and had a cromlech on it, an old burial mound that you could actually go inside. And I found a dead raven on top of the burial mound, which was quite significant for me. It meant a great deal at the time. Favorite ride at Disneyland has to be Space Mountain. I love Space Mountain, even now with all the newer rides and everything. I love Space Mountain. I love the Haunted Mansion too, actually, but for thrills and roller coasters. I guess my favorite roller coaster then would be Space Mountain, and my favorite ride is the Haunted Mansion. I love the room where all the ghosts are dancing, the big ballroom where they're all dancing, and the woman ghost who's inside the crystal ball. I really like that. I think the paintings, though, that get longer and show you like the grisly parts of them are kind of silly. And I haven't been there in a really long time. It was really unpopular the last time I went, so we were able to go in like a bunch of times, you know. I did like Indiana Jones too, I have to say. That was really fun. I doubt I'd be allowed to go on that now with my physical problems that I have. What can I say? I really wish I could go to Bats Day. I'm actually really sad that I can't really afford to go to Bats Day, because that would be really, really great. I think I'm going to ask a good friend of mine if she'd be interested in going next year, and maybe we can split the costs or something, because that would be really, really cool. I'm not sure how I'd get my wheelchair there, or, you know, around, or who I'd stay with or anything, but I don't know, maybe one of my relatives would let me stay with them. I don't think we have anything going on in May, usually, family-wise, so there might be room somewhere for me. And let's see. Favorite thing to collect would be probably Victorian mourning rings. Like, I don't know if you can see it, like this one here. If you look on my Facebook, there's better pictures of it. It's really, really beautiful. And I got it not too long ago. It's kind of new. Favorite hair color, I already said. But I really do like this blue under here. It's sort of becoming a new, wait a minute, this blue. You can see the blue. You can't see it, but here you go. Blue. It's blue. See? It's blue, I swear. I swear to God. Okay, let's see. Favorite costume drama would probably be, right now, I haven't even seen it yet, but I have a feeling it's going to be Anna Karenina pretty soon. But I guess it would have to be Marie Antoinette now. But I could have said favorite 18th century film, and that would have been my answer for that. Or maybe The Duchess. That's really wonderful too. My hair caught in my rings. Oops. Favorite gemstone is alexandrite, because they change color according to, I guess, the temperature of your body when you wear them, probably. But they're really beautiful. They turn from like amethyst colored to green and blue, and other maybe other colors, purple. Well, amethyst is purple. Let's see. Favorite thing written by Baudelaire is a short story called The Double Room, which is about how a room appears when you're on opium, and how beautiful everything seems and wonderful, and then how squalid and horrible it is in reality when you're not on opium. So that's what The Double Room is about. It's a wonderful short story written by Charles Baudelaire, who is quite worth reading. I'm sure you already have heard about him, naturally. Favorite brand of absinthe would have to be The vintage is called Ophelia's Drowning Dream, and it was made in, I think, 2004, something like that. Let's see. Well, that's an awful lot of favorites, so I think I'm going to leave it at that. And I know this is kind of a strange video, but I'm going to tag a few people to answer these questions too. And they are, hopefully, they are Sharyara, I think the last name is Spectrophilia, and Nephilim Incorruptus, and Kitty Manikinette, and if Kelly is doing videos yet, Kelly, you know who you are, Kitty's friend Kelly, or boyfriend Kelly, or brother Kelly. I don't quite know what the relationship is. I think he's your friend. I apologize if I've gotten that wrong. Let's see, and if you just stumble upon this, Kaz Loves Bats, Sebastian Columbine, and Kill Natalie, I tagged you too. So hopefully you'll see this and respond. And I tag anyone else who wants to answer these questions. So you can put your responses down there, down there, or just put them up and tag me in them, and I will find them and see them, and hopefully, and know that you did the tag. So, yay! Favorite things of sort of a Gothic nature, kind of. So, okay, that's it from the Gothic Bohemian Salon. Have a great evening.